Yo, let's see. I just got to see if I'm live. What's up, everybody? How you doing? This is your boy Jez7780, and we're starting in hot with this grinds my gears. We knew it was coming. I said it wasn't coming. I said I was like maybe, just maybe. But this is, I think it's episode 28, 29. I'll fix that shit. But this is what grinds my gears. Inside Xbox Gamescom. Sorry I was a few minutes late. Had some stuff to do, some calls to make, but I am here and I've taken some. We're starting right now with sharing screen shares. Who wants to see my logo? Let's look at my tweet. The tweet. Because we need to talk. And I'm going to jump into chat too. But I love this GIF anyway. I think it's hilarious. So, inside Gamescom, I'm going to go over what I think that they was covered, what wasn't covered, and just what. And if you haven't checked it out, you could see my live reaction back over on Kid Smooth's channel with Planet Xbox. We went through, and oh man, definitely at time point 55 when they showed Halo Dave & Buster's came back. Oh, goodness gracious. But anyway, I just want to share this one screen. So, Gamescom, there was a lot of rumors. And let's make sure that I'm live because I'm going to be talking to myself again. I think I'm live. Yes, I am. Okay, here's that crazy screen, and we got it. But let's just have this popping up here. So, there was some crazy rumors, with any Xbox event. And probably in the chat, I'll get to you. Let me just get my intro in. With any Xbox, there were these rumors that there was going to be an Elite Controller 2. There was going to be something called Xbox All Access. This hype and these kind of rumors. Whenever Microsoft has something, it has these things like everybody just kind of thinks like this is the comeback. This is what's going to happen. It's inside Xbox. How many times? I know we do live reactions because we think maybe that one time they're going to do something. And they just fail every single time. It is just insane. But you're at Gamescom now. This is not in Major Nelson's backyard studio. This is on site at Gamescom. The next biggest thing since E3. Because after this, Tokyo Game Show, there's not. And now they're saying, there might be an event. You know what? I got one question for you. Where the fuck is Crackdown 3? I don't care how many fucking events they have. Crackdown 3 coming out in February. The only thing we saw in Inside Xbox was a video in the background of Crackdown 3, the same shit from E3. But we have rumors. Crackdown 3 wasn't even the talk. And I was going to do a video on how nobody was even saying, like, I want to see what Crackdown 3 looks like. And it's just, this game is I don't even know what the hell to say about this game. But again, it's a game. And to Xbox, they don't care about games. We care about these things. Elite Controller 2. Nope. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Day 1 Game Pass. Because, what Microsoft did is they took the Game Pass sign that they saw on Instagram and they had Tomb Raider and then Rise of the Tomb Raider, and right next to it, that Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Right next to it. And people are like, it says available now. And the next one, they'll probably say this is available now. No, it was a cross promotion. It turned out to be like, hey, the new game's coming out, but you could play the old one in Game Pass because, Game Pass, old games and mediocre new games. Basically, that's where Game Pass has been to me so far. And this Xbox All Access, which people are expecting that it's an Xbox Live and Game Pass integration. That needs to happen because Xbox Live has just been completely devalued with Game Pass only with Games with Gold only being decent this past month, but it's completely been devalued with it being free on every other device besides an Xbox. Xbox Live is free everywhere else, PC, mobile, you name it, Android tablets, iPads, but just not there. And then the custom consoles. Oh my God. You're telling me you put a sticker on a box, and those are going to sell Xboxes? You put a sticker on a box. And we'll talk about that later. Oh, and the Battlefield 5 one, that's basically faded. You know, it's like they left it out an Xbox One X in the sun too long, and then the other half was inside. And Crackdown 3, nope. But what we did get is Halo Dave and Buster's, Xbox games on Steam, published by THQ Nordic, Game Pass Android app. It begins. That's all I got to say about that. Major Nelson in a Forza car and white gloves. And that is a yes. Oh, yeah. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to show Major Nelson in a friggin' car, Forza car, because, you know, it's not a convention until you have, is my stream like stuck or something? What the hell is this going on? Let me just make sure this thing's working. Hold on. There it is. Am I here? There we go. I just want to make sure my thing wasn't lagging. All right, we're good. Let's pop this out. Computer crap. There we go. What's up, chat? Mark, game night. What's up? Yeah, I know. I was pissed. All right, so let's make sure. Crackdown 3 is canceled. Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking. That is the shadiest game ever. So, yo, let's go. Thanks, Frogs. Yeah, I'm gonna send Price some invites to you guys in a little bit, but I just got to get my gears. I got to grind my gears for a little bit, solo style, and then I'll get commentary on there. So, anyway, so there was the hype about all the stuff that I just mentioned, and what we got in Inside Xbox. Now, yes, there was some games. There was some games where they had the game preview games, and I said it on the thing. Basically, you know, I was saying that why can't they just get a game? Like, why did they get these PC games and just put them in game preview? And it's just like, you know, like it's sort of a can me out. It's like, oh yeah, well, we'll just put this game on Xbox and you know, we'll see how it goes in preview, launch exclusive. I'm like, yo, it's really not a console launch exclusive because it's not it's basically a preview game. Like it's not launching, like it's not finished, it's not done. And if you look at games like the what the hell was it? The Darwin Project that turned free to play. You know, PUBG. We're going to talk about that. PUBG coming out on September 4th, being fully released and a physical release of PUBG. Just with no end dates in sight. And I addressed this at my other show, like previously on the other one. I was trying to address this at the end, was that, and I was trying to explain it, and shout out to iDizzy, you know, he was on there as well from the Tick podcast, Tick show, Tick website. But you know, what I was trying to say was that when you have a preview game and you put it on the console, it's really not the place for a lot of feedback like on these games. When you have Steam and you have a keyboard and you're interacting and you have a forums directly right there, you just hit minimize and you have forum feedback, you have screen, you got all that stuff. It is definitely, and also too, Steam details in Steam preview, they actually have a list of, is the game going to be more money? Is the game, when you expected this game to be full, like complete? Like it has a criteria list in all their preview games that it has in early access, and games, the questions that all gamers would ask who are investing money in it. And basically on Xbox, it just goes there and you basically pay $30 and the game, you really don't know what's going to happen to it. They didn't tell you that PUBG was coming out in September. They like you didn't know Darwin Project was going to be free to play after you paid $30 for it. You know, We Happy Few took like 3 years in preview. It was like the first preview game. Like it was just like 2 years or something like that. Like there is not a good feedback mechanism or know what your investment is. And you know, what really gets me is PUBG still doesn't have a trial, even though that game is a trial game. It does not have a preview program at all. And it's messed up. Yeah. And it's just like, you know, like, just stop like getting these hand-me-outs for PC and I'm going to say something. Like the thing is that really gets me about them is that they make news out of no news. And I think that's a summary of what Inside Xbox was. They make news out of bitch news. Like it's bitch things that they make them bigger than what they are. And it makes me go like, where is your real news? Like, why are we talking preview game? Like, we're talking PUBG again. They sent Major Nelson, looking at the PUBG. They sent Major Nelson to South Korea. White gloves and all. They sent them to troll around the PUBG studios, right? They spent forever showing this game just to announce that it is coming now to a physical release and coming at a preview. Day. What's up, Sick? How you doing? And Sizzle, welcome. New to the channel. Clizzle 420. 420. Welcome to the channel. Hey, man, what's up? And Stardust, what's up? How you doing, man? And Med's Comet, there he is. So, and Game Night, so you're there. And Andrew Wilkins, there he is. Gotcha. And don't call me Danny. Always in there. So, yeah, let's say about PUBG. So this game has been out. They have plastered this game on consoles for the entire year. They've put it on the box, sticker on a box, because that's the theme, what they do. And they sent Major Nelson over there to talk about, to pretend that they're working on the Xbox version, which I bet you 95% of that fucking studio is working on the PC version, and you got like 10 guys in a fucking closet doing patch number 18 on fucking PUBG for Xbox. Game, they're still adding they're adding stuff to the game. Like, they just added limb penetration. Like, yo, is it the frame still low? Like, I just don't know. Like, they don't even put a friggin' preview demo on this stupid thing. But they market the shit out of PUBG. Oh my God. It is just so, it was so mishandled. Like, it's so deceitful of what they did with the PUBG handling of that stuff. They didn't put a trial for it, so you still don't know if it's running damn well. They're up to patch 18. They're adding new maps this holiday, and it's coming out of preview program, which, thank goodness, because I thought it was going to be in there forever. Now, whether it's functional, I don't know. Is it running the 60 frames per second that was teased before the game launched? Yeah, right. It's lucky it hits the 30. But the thing I have is, like, I am just tired of PUBG. And this was Gamescom. PUBG, Sea of Thieves, State of K2, Halo Master Chief Collection. Like, it's recycled shit. It's like, know what it is? It's like a garbage dump. It's like, when you go trash picking, you go out on garbage night and, yo, look at that. Let's reuse this. Which I feel like they just keep recycling the same old shit. I wish it was Halo, Gears, and Forza, because all it's been is it been Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, and backwards compatible games. Like, it has been a recycled shit. Like, Major Nelson's, like, his Inside Xbox is basically just Game Pass bullshit. And it just drives me crazy because they hype it up. And people make up these stories that these they're going to come show Xbox All Access. They showed shit. Even Major Nelson teased. He took a picture of something, a reveal of a box that was covered, and had the before Inside Xbox, and had the show and didn't reveal what the fuck was under that box. And it better not be more fucking controllers. Because don't even get the controllers at Gamescom. The controllers are out of control. The controllers are out of fucking control. It has become a meme. It has become a fucking joke. Dumpster diving. Yeah. The controllers are Sony released 4 controllers. Fine. Color controllers. A tweet done. When Microsoft comes out on their shows and Major Nelson and staff are rubbing controllers, they're rubbing the buttons, they're rubbing it on their bodies, the white gloves, they're rubbing, and it's just different colors and metallic finishes. The fucking thing is that you could go to Xbox and order a controller any fucking color you want. What is the purpose of having a custom controller that you can make and then taking colors and then putting those colors on store shelves when people can make them? It is just ridiculous. You should be adding more and more shit to the custom controllers and make that the primary way to get your controller, and stop releasing sky blue and sneaker whites and army green and bullshit red and bullshit black and shit color and all this other bullshit that they release in the stores. Shadow this, Recon Tech my ass, hairy balls. Like, fucking enough. Like, stop releasing all these different colors in the stores when you can make it. And my God, I've been saying this. Make it about fucking a game. Make it about a game. The only one you made was, again, for fucking PUBG. But it has a fucking plastic PUBG thing on the back. That's it. Like, it is just, I don't know where they're going, but I just wish they just shut the fuck up, show the mediocrity, don't hype it up, just shut up. Just stop it, because you look like a fucking fool. You hype up what? What are you hyping up? You think you got something, but you got nothing. That's what's driving me crazy. And there we go. The finest comes in. Custom consoles. Oh my God. Sony put stickers on the consoles. Microsoft put stickers on the box. What's so special about that? Because it comes with the game, right? It is a black Xbox One X and a white Xbox. I know, sick. They're raking in billions. They're not going to do shit. They're not going to do shit. They're going to sit there on their high horse. You think, the checkbook's up. Do you think that having those cars at every one of those events is free? Nah, they're spending their money to get those cars at the events. Like, you think that's free? They're just spending their money on other things. And it's disgusting, because I'm going to get into the one that really, you're all waiting for. But let me finish this custom console shit. They could not, I can't believe they didn't reveal a custom Forza console. Maybe that's what's underneath that curtain. It better not be Major Nelson fucking in a thong and white gloves. It better not be that under the curtain. It's fucking disgusting. But the controllers, the custom consoles, they like that. The custom consoles that they have not made I can't believe that they have not made a custom Xbox One X. This was it. This was the holiday for a custom Xbox One X. This was the holiday for it. They needed to make a custom, the one game that they got, Forza, custom X. Instead, they come out with a Battlefield 5 half-ass faded custom console. I didn't even know it was a custom console until somebody zoomed in and said, oh, look, half of it's brown. Oh, they fucking went all out there. That gradient, they went all out. Like, you're at Gamescom. Like, there's E3. Wait to E3, and then there's Gamescom. What else is there? What else is there? Yeah, I know. The one with the brown, the shit stain on it. We got the shit stain Xbox custom console, the shit stain one. That's what we got, shit stain one. Like, I just don't understand. Like, they really don't get it. Like, I don't know. I'm so, like, after watching that shit, I wasted my time. It's still too long. And you're just grasping, thinking that they're going to come to the realization that, this is not what people want. About 90% of that show could have been a fucking YouTube video and one tweet. But you got to realize what Microsoft's doing here. They're trying this live content because they want people on Mixer. That's what it is. Microsoft created this stuff for Mixer. That's what they want. It is all a bait and switch. It's all Trojan horse bullshit. It's not like that they gave a shit about the game and that they wanted to deliver us news. No, they want people on Mixer. And I'm surprised that this shit's even on YouTube and it's not exclusive to Mixer, because that would be too obvious. But they want the users on Mixer. That's what it is. And I am just sick of them doing this stuff constantly. And they don't have the games. They don't have them. They spend hours. They spend the whole thing talking about PUBG. They show Ori and the Blind Forest, the one fucking exclusive that they might have next year. I look down on my keyboard and look up, and the game is gone. Like, it's like, what? Wait, what the fuck happened? Gone. I was like, wait, that was the coverage of Ori? That was it? And I just don't understand why. I understand they got to hype it up. They got to kind of do this stuff. But you got on this, the Xbox fans are thirsty. They want to see Xbox back, because you know what? It's been 4 years since Phil Spencer has opened his mouth going, you know, I'm here to fix Xbox. So he says it's all about the games in 2014. Then they buy studios after they close down 3 in 2018. And then we got to wait till next gen for whenever these fucking games come out. And who knows if they'll be good. Because, you know, the power of Microsoft and these studios are going to make something. Because you could say the power of Microsoft was with Rare. And we got the turd of Sea of Thieves. And people might like it, right? But I still have to say, the Kraken sent packing. He's on vacation. He's still not there, the Kraken. And they put skeletons on the boats. And now, your next set of DLC, it's a volcano. Yo. And like I said it on the stream, why haven't they taken Sea of Thieves and made some missions that are worth a damn? Have a narrative, have a story, have some multifaceted missions, have it a quest. And eventually it comes up to a treasure chest or something like that. Why is it now the new content just introduces more? Oh, well, now you're going to bring plants back. Oh, and now you're going to bring rum back. And it's like more fetch quests. It's like, okay, well, thank you for adding items that I need to fetch quests. Like, I'm still fetching. I don't give a fuck if I'm fetching a chicken or a fucking rum bottle. You're still fetching. That's all you can come up with? That's the shallowness of this game? And put a backdrop of a volcano and a gigantic shark? It is too much effort. It's fucking bullshit. If you're going to talk about the game, add some content. You putting a volcano in, a big shark, taking out the Kraken sea dicks, and putting in the skeletons that they've been fighting since April, and say, guess what, guys? We're going to take you skeletons off the beach and we'll put you on a boat. And we're going to make it fucking hard so that the people need to partner up with other pirate ships to take out the skeleton ship. But you can't join fleets or anything like that. You got to use a horn and say, hey, come on, be with me and all this stuff. You know what? Please. That's the power of Microsoft and Rare. All right? So tell me the power of Microsoft to do something with the studios. Power of Microsoft was behind Crackdown. Do we see that? Crackdown 3. Where is it? That game is done. That game is done. That game is going to just show up in fucking Game Pass. Like, you're just going to wake up one day and Crackdown's just going to be there. And it's going to be like, yeah, we just slipped this into Game Pass. That game is like, you need hands-on with that game. And Gamescom is the place for it. And people are like saying, like, whoa, we're going to have it at the video game show. The video game show? What, another trailer? That should have been at the game conventions to play. People got to be coming back. You know, our good friends copy and paste over at IGN. Our good friends over at Polygon. Digital Foundry. We need those people, and we need the YouTubers and the Twitter, the influencers and all that shit to be playing these games. They're playing Crackdown and coming back and going, yo, that game's really bad. It's better. Oh, man, it looks awesome. It looks this. And start generating the hype for it, that it's been fixed and stuff like that. Instead, They got the Terry Crews trailer from E3, and there it is, Crackdown. You're in Europe. Isn't that the Sumo Digital based over there? You know, like it's so cringeworthy. And I guess they figured they'll have some inside Xbox at Crackdown. Maybe the next inside Xbox is at Crackdown. She said from an undisclosed location. Who the hell knows? Maybe they'll film it from their studios or whatever. They'll send Major Nelson and his white gloves over there. That's right. Crackdown 3, the Labor Day Parade with the white gloves. But yeah, it was very disappointing. I didn't expect Crackdown 3 to be there, but I thought there might be some reveal of it. Xbox All Access, whatever that shit is, I'm not even talking about it because everything I see I talk about Xbox. Everything that I'm on that talks about Xbox and I see about Xbox, it's all the speculation. They got the future planned. They got it all figured out in the future. Streaming, and they're all poised for the future. Well, they're poised for the future. They're a fucking joke now. They're a joke. It is a joke. Like, it is so disappointing. Like, you watch Inside Xbox, and it is just like, this is what you got. The controller stuff, I can't believe how crazy it is, because it is actually ludicrous. It is ludicrous. The amount of controllers and the emphasis on controllers. How about you make a fucking headset? How about you make a wireless fucking Dolby Atmos Xbox exclusive headset? How about you make a better chat pad? How about you make a Bluetooth wireless discussion for party chat? There are other accessories besides fucking controllers. My God. Where is, like, you have all this stereo, the sound and all this other stuff. Make other accessories. The controller shit is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. And they're planned and they're plain looking. Like, they're so weird. Like, it's just colors. And yeah. But I'm saying, if you're going to make accessories, there's a lot of other gaming accessories you can make. But yeah, games. That's why I won't jump down Sony's neck because they released 4 fucking controller colors. Because guess what? Spider-Man comes out in 2 weeks. And God of War. And they got Last of Us. And all the other fucking games that they got. Guess what? Who gives a shit? And they got custom consoles, which they used to get made fun of, that their shit looks ugly. They're coming out with custom consoles left and right. They're doing what you should be doing at this point in the generation. Celebrating. Showing your respecting your IP. Celebrating milestones. Giving custom controls, because pretty much your consumer base has purchased your products, and now you're going to give them special editions. Special things, right? But Microsoft's giving you a black and white console with a sticker on a box. That's they're giving you stickers on a box. And the one thing I do want to say too is that their game selection is really kind of like, I didn't see Battlefield 5 yet, but I just see all the shit Battlefield 5 is getting with all the drama. It's almost like all the drama with Star Wars and all this extra shit, right? And Microsoft is marketing that game. It already has this connotation that, you know, it's the same as Battlefield 1 and all this other stuff with Battlefield. It's just not getting a hype. It's kind of like the pre-orders are down 85% opposed to Call of Duty. There, I saw an analyst said, and there it is. Good job, Xbox. Good game selection. Then Rise of the Tomb Raider. We look at that. She jumps in the water. I think Erica showed it on the video. There was no splash. It looks like a graphical downgrade. Like, it looked bad. And it's made by the B team. And Microsoft, again, slapping on a box. You know, that's all. Like, meanwhile, Sony got, well, let's get that Red Dead in here. Let's get that Call of Duty in here. Let's get that Destiny in here. And Microsoft's getting fucking hand-me-outs. They're getting the scraps. And they're getting games that are really not going to, like, I know Lara Croft is big, but they're really kind of games that have some controversy with them, or don't look as good, or they're not they're the B team making Tomb Raider. The Battlefield has a lot of drama behind it. It's games that are just not having that kind of hype. And you know, it's going to be, you know, that stuff matters to a game. You know what I mean? Look what happened with Star Wars and stuff like that. When you have that kind of drama, or you have that kind of like outside influences and there's other things going on, and EA saying stupid shit like don't like it, don't buy it. Yeah, good. You know, good luck with that one. People are just not going to buy it just to spite you. Not even if it's a bad game or not. But now you got a nice, now that's partnered with an Xbox bundle. Good job. You know, I know Microsoft can't control that stuff, but it's just unfortunate that they got these games that are kind of getting this, you know, not great hype. It's kind of like, oh, like, you know, watch out for that one this holiday. Don't you know, we'll see. And those are the kind of games that Microsoft unfortunately has put stickers on boxes and offering it for free. You know, I don't know. I just feel like that their judgment is way off. Like they need to mix it up. Yeah, they need to mix it up. They needed, like, you know, even Shadow. Remember, even Shadow last year, well, I had all those loot crates, and everybody's like, "Fuck that! I'm not playing that game. You introduced loot crates." And Shadow War got hit hard because of that drama with the loot crates, and Microsoft partnered with it. You know, and it's just so weird that Microsoft's getting like these kind of games that have alternate, like, just weird things with it. But their console bundles are just very lazy. And also too, like, if the game has an undesirable effect, like what they're getting, like Tomb Raider comes out, it's like, yo, graphical downgrade is not the best Tomb Raider. You got a console sitting there with that thing sticker on the box. That's not enticing anybody to buy it. They still have done nothing to make the console worth anything. No enhancements announced either at Gamescom. No, you know, we always like midnight, you know, dick enhancement announcements, right? No announcements there for enhancements. I guess that shit is dried up too. Nobody wants to give a fuck about enhancements. And know what else too? No Xbox original backwards compatible games. You know, they just run them through an emulator, right? Yeah, but you know, I don't know what's going on with that water shit. I don't know if that was a demo or something like that, but the graphics of the Tomb Raider didn't look too great. And I saw that other one running it on a computer with a GTX like 1080 or something like that, and I don't know what the hell he had the settings on, but it looked like a cartoon. So the problem with, and the thing with Tomb Raider, it was going on, and Sick was saying it, you know, the story, you're right. Like, the story is basically you're on the third one, which you're still becoming the Tomb Raider. She's more aggressive now and all this stuff. It's like, she was fucking poking and hitting people in the heads with pickaxes in the first game. How you get more aggressive than that? You take the head off and wear it on your belt, a la God of War. Like, how are you gonna? Did you get more intense? Like, the problem is that it's just the same character, just transplanted in another location. You know, and you get that fatigue where it's similar gameplay. They tweak some stuff around, but it's just her in a different location. There's really no sort of, you know, build up like a Halo 3 had, where they're building up to the big war or anything like that. And that's where the problem is. And, you know, with that stuff, it's hard to kind of continue selling her story when it's like her story is just like, yeah, she's somewhere else now, Tibet, or where else she is now, and she's doing the same thing. You know, and now she could swim underwater now. And it's just, yeah, it's very, and you know, if you're gonna release your game in this window, you better have some shit standing out. Otherwise, you're gonna get killed. Yeah, right. Running around like Stallone in First Blood. Yeah. But yeah, I agree. Yeah, it doesn't captivate that much. And it's like we've seen it become the Tomb Raider again. Or still becoming the Tomb Raider. And it's just, you know, nothing against it, but it's just, if you're gonna put your guns there, like, you better, you know, you got to do something about it. You can't just put a game out, think Tomb Raider's gonna sell just because of Tomb Raider. Look at the movie. They put Tomb Raider on a movie, it didn't do well. And that was another problem. I said last time that they should have used that movie, put Camille Liggington in it, and tied it into the game. At least have some momentum into this game instead of just kind of cold having a new character, like a new person player, having it independent from the game, and not like kind of like a motivation. Like, hey, it ends on a cliffhanger and finish it this game. I don't know. Could have been cool. Finish it in this holiday. You know, finish the end of the movie or something like that. I don't know. This is me just talking shit. Like, you know, I'm just like, make something worth exciting. Like, I just feel so underwhelmed with it. And now we're going to come to the thing that really triggered me on Gamescom Xbox, Inside Xbox. When, first off, Master Chief Collection. All right, Master Chief Collection, it's great. 4K, that's great for Xbox One X owners. 60 frames per second, great. But it's a game that came out 4 years ago, was broken. They also had bundles with it too. I remember them bundling the broken ass game. Well, they did a revisit of PUBG, so they don't have no problem bundling broken games. And they gave it like, so everybody should have Master Chief Collection. It's nice that's going in Game Pass for, I guess, people that didn't buy or wasn't around early on in the generation. But they're fixing the game. All right, they're fixing the game. I'm just like, that's nice. Golf clap. Okay. I'll like to play it again to see them and if the matchmaking works the way it should and stuff like that. But it's just, it's okay. Like it's neat, but it's like, it's not, this is not the first, like, don't treat it like it's a new release or anything like that. It came out 4 years ago. Like 3 years ago. I think it was 4 years ago it came out. Like, holy shit. It came out, like, we got Halo 5 already. Like, it's just, I just feel that I'm waiting for the PC announcement. Like, they're going to put it on PC. Like, the fact that it's going to Game Pass is whatever. But that wasn't too bad. All right, fine. That's Major Nelson news. Old games again. Yeah, exactly. Old games. Recycled shit. Trash dumper. Garbage digger. All that shit. Let's just keep going back. Let's keep and the thing was too is that not only did it bring back Master Chief, but we just came off of news of Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, which has a horde mode in it or some, I don't know. They're adding traps and other shit and probably glitch all over the fucking place. It's just the same game. It's like, yo, what are you doing? You're going to release 2 games a year and talk about them for the entire year because you're going to add updates to them? Like that? Is that your strategy? Yo, let's just release one broken ass game that gets mediocre reviews. And then we're just going to talk about it for the next 7-8 months because we're going to say we're fixing it. We're taking away. Let me tell you something before I get into my thing. Sea of Thieves, if this was a games as a service, the service sucks because how do you introduce content and break previous content? Like, that doesn't sound like a plan. That sounds like a fuck up. What's up, man? That sounds like that's not something that you will, oh, this is our plan map, like how Ubisoft does it with like, here's our season and this is the content plan for the year. Microsoft's like, yeah, I want the skeletons on a boat. I want a shark, make it extra large with some missing teeth and some battle marks and put them in the game. And then they go break the Kraken. The Kraken leaves because they broke it due to performance issues. Or they inject something as a oh, here's the new cursed sales. Oops, we broke matchmaking. Sorry, oops, we taking it back. Oh, here comes the new DLC. Oh, sorry guys, the galleons, now when you can't party up, like they break shit, and it's just like, it's like that. That's not a service. That's like you again throwing shit against the wall and see what sticks. And I'm telling you, Mark Woodland, you're right. Infinite is going to be a games as a service. I think it'll be a better planned games as a service. I think Sea of Thieves, calling that a games as a service, I think that's a scapegoat. I think that game was just left out at sea, pun intended. And then when Microsoft realized that, Crackdown was getting delayed and all that shit was getting delayed, they're like, yo, let's hire some people. They could create some fucking skeletons. They could create a volcano and basically, throw that content in the game because they hired up after Sea of Thieves launched. They didn't realize, like, yeah, okay, well, this is what we got. So it wasn't a real planned games as a service, but they break it. They break the game. They break and they're just throwing stuff in. Same, and PUBG was doing something similar, but that was in preview, so it got an excuse. But back to Master Chief. They're fixing it. Yay. Right? Yeah, yay. So then they lead into, I see Frank O'Connor's face and Kiki Wolfkill. Deep breath. Halo Fire Team Dave and fucking Busters. I thought we were done. Dave and Buster's. They showed us how they build an arcade cabinet for Dave and Buster's. And they acted like, oh, yeah, we just went to Microsoft, said, can we make a Halo game? Bullshit. Phil Spencer was outside Dave and Buster's, cashing in his coins, and said, oh, you want a Halo game? You want it? You want it? You want it? They said, yeah, we'll put one in Dave and Buster's. And they build the cabinet. Frank O'Connor and Kiki are sitting there playing the game. You're seeing the guys make the animations, make the stuff, and you sit here and tell me that game didn't take time. That game didn't take resources. That game was just made on a whim. Microsoft, all that game design could have been putting into a game that I could be playing this fucking holiday. Instead, I stare at Forza Horizon fucking 4, and you guys were testing a Halo Dave & Buster's arcade cabinet. And the resourcing and the stuff that you put into that game, I don't give a shit who made it. The fact that you did that and you left your Xbox people just chilling with a fucking $500 paperweight to play old fucking games. You left them there for Dave and Buster's Halo. Like, and then on top of all that, just the notion of that when they first announced it, then you go to Gamescom. You got people watching because this is the only other conference besides E3 that any gaming news comes out. And you take about 10 minutes to show the investment and the building and the reasoning and the gameplay of Halo Fireteam Dave and fucking Buster's game. I want to kick the person in the balls that said, let's do that. Because they are almost trolling anybody. Like, they're trolling fans. Like, I have given up. They are done. They are done. They are fucking wackadoos. Let them do whatever the fuck they want. They have lost me. They have lost me. They are done. Give me my Gears Tactics on the PC because you care about Xbox. They double talk. They hype up bullshit news. And they underdeliver. Overhype, underdeliver. Talk out their ass. VR, talk out their ass. Xbox One S does 4K upsampling. Talk out your ass. Phil Spencer, I'm going to give you games and franchises revisited. Talk out your ass. They talk out their ass. And I sit here today going, there is no confidence that I have that they are even going to come back. Like people say, they're going to come back with blockbusters and be the way they are. They got to get all those fuckers out of there. They got to go. All of them. And you want to know what? They're gone. They're leaving. Because everybody with an Android phone. Go on and search for Xbox. And you'll find not the Xbox app. There's no Xbox app. No. Xbox Game Pass app. To quote unquote manage your Xbox Game Pass library. So it's there, guys. There it is. Streaming. It's here. It's going to be a flip of a switch. Maybe that's what Xbox All Access is. Kind of think that's what it is. It's basically going to be Game Pass on your phone. And that's Microsoft's ultimate goal. They want to get their bullshit on your phone. That's why it's its own app. That's why it's not under the Xbox app. Because you know what? Why would Microsoft make anything fucking easy? We have an Xbox app. Let's put all... No, they have an Xbox Game Pass app to manage your Xbox Game Pass library. Sort it out. There's better fucking sorting here than there is on the actual Xbox itself. Like classic, shooter, indie, action, adventure. It's a pretty sharp app. And it's just waiting for, let me click on Rise, the game that created everything, the Adam and Eve of video games, Rise. And I click on here and it says install on Xbox. Right? There's just going to be another little button here that you could click on and say, play now. And then you take your phone, you turn it sideways, you go get your Xbox Bluetooth controller, the 5 billion that they made, and you play it on your phone. And that's Xbox on all consoles. That's it. And that Xbox app, who knows? Switch, PlayStation, who knows who'll get it in the future. But that is them. And when they are doing things like that, how can you say right now that you're excited to think that they actually give two flying fucks about the $500 investment that you just made? Because their actions don't meet what they're saying. They told you straight to your face at E3, oh, Xbox, you fans and Xbox console game, we're investing in studios and stuff like that, just to have Ferguson come out at the end and announce 3 Gears of War games, and 2 of them are not even going to the console. And I don't give a shit if it's coming later. Why would a PC get a timed exclusive and not Xbox? Xbox don't get any timed exclusives. They get games day and date with PC. And now they got their mobile strategy taken over. The Xbox mobile app. Like, why would you need an app to basically manage your Game Pass library? Because that app is that's the Netflix app. That's the app that's going to be everywhere to reach 2 billion gamers. That's where they want to be. And they still don't get it. You can't put, like, these games on here. You cannot be, like, you can't be just offering this stuff. Like, you got to have content that's worth a damn. I just feel like you can't just be doing this kind of stuff and just not making compelling games from you. But this app is pretty sharp, and I would love just to click on a button and just play it right now. Because that's what they're going to do. But you ask, that's nice. That's neat. That's nice. And I'm not going to not like it. I just say to everybody, how can you be excited for what they have as a console when you see what they're doing? You see the content of Gamescom. They think that the people want to know about Dave and Buster's Halo. Meanwhile, there's not even a fucking Halo game coming out this holiday. And we don't even know what Infinite is. But you're going to show people Halo, like, to keep Halo relevant, you go fix Master Chief Collection, and then you just show how they built the Halo Dave and Buster's cabinet. And that's the thing. Like, you got people making games for the console, the Sony and Nintendo. And I said this before, if Sony and Nintendo were failing, if the Switch wasn't going to catch up to the Xbox, and the PlayStation was just a freak, and it wasn't selling anymore, and they were tailing off down, maybe Xbox, maybe Microsoft has something going. But when you're getting killed in MPDs, and you're losing, you're getting killed globally, but you're losing the ranking in MPDs, and you're not getting the mind share. Devs are not jumping on board. There is no third-party Game Pass launch games that are coming out, like the big ones this holiday, like Rise of the Tomb Raider, like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, or like Assassin's Creed, or nobody's jumping on your Game Pass. They're giving you the old shit. They're like, yeah, we'll give you fucking version 1 while we make version 3. Like, we're not going to give you a brand new game coming in your service. And then you see everybody else making their own services. You see, like, Ubisoft with their launcher, EA with their own launcher, Fortnite with their launcher, Fallout with their own launcher, not going to Steam. Everybody, because they know. You think if Fallout 76 wasn't as big as it was, Bethesda would be like, yeah, this game sucks. We're gonna have our own launch. Nobody, everybody like, well, I'm not wasting my time going. I'm gonna stick right where I am. I'm not going to your launcher because that game sucks. But they know that game is like has a huge following and it's gonna be great. They know that they have this huge following. So guess what? That's the carrot to get you to use their service, to get you to use their stuff. Sea of Thieves is not no fucking carrot for Microsoft. Like that's not a carrot. That's not something that's gonna make people want to go to your service. That's why you need those games. You need games that are worth the damn to entice people to come to your service. I've been saying it there, and maybe those studios will do something, but in their recent releases, the games that they released, State of Decay and Sea of Thieves, is still talking about the same fucking two games. And then they keep adding content to it. And the content is just like, yeah, that's nice. It's like throwing more shit down the drain. And that's kind of what it is. Anyway. Yeah. Now Dragon Quest, I don't know. I'll see. Joseph Baby asked me about Dragon Quest. I don't know about Dragon Quest 19. I played Dragon Quest Heroes 2. Again, Dragon Quest is kind of new to me. Like because again, I got the PlayStation a year ago. Like I heard about it. I wasn't into them all, but I like Ni no Kuni. Like that was pretty cool. Like that was really neat. And what was funny? I had a tweet. I put it out there, but then I took it away this morning because I realized the game was multi-plat. But Supermassive announcing those horror games, which I loved Until Dawn. I thought that was great. I had so much fun. It was such a unique game, and it was really cool. And the fact that they're coming out with like a horror series is great. But it was so funny because PlayStation tweeted that out, and right below that was Major Nelson teasing that box that was covered for controllers. And I took it, and I was like, look at this. This is the difference. Like Sony tweeted out Supermassive games, and Major Nelson is talking about fucking like teasing some bullshit that he never revealed on Inside Xbox. It was right below each other. And I was like, look at this. And I thought the game was exclusive because Supermassive was exclusive. But when I saw that it wasn't, I was like, then it doesn't have the effect that it has because, it's coming to all platforms. But it was so weird having PlayStation tweet out the game and Major Nelson teasing Inside Xbox hardware. Like bundle. Like I'm just like, look at the difference between them. Like, and that's why I'm like, Sony's giving the like talking about games and shit like that. Like it just was so weird. It was like right near each other. And Spider-Man's coming out. Like, there's nothing that they got. Like, I'm gonna say the Inside Xbox, and I think Attic said it on the show. Inside Xbox is basically a marketing show for Games Pass. It keeps Game Pass relevant because that's where they want to go. And it's a matter of time before they just flip a switch and say, guess what? Go play Games Pass on your phone. They already added the app. But what I'll say also about the thing. But that Halo Dave & Buster's thing, oh my God. And then at the end, Major Nelson shows up in a fucking Forza car with his gloves on and shows two console bundles of Forza, an S version at $300 and an X version at $500. And they show no custom console. It's a black and white, a white Xbox One S, and even if they were making custom consoles of the S, like they did with Minecraft, they're not even making custom S consoles. That at least they look cool and maybe get a cool like I have no clue. If they think that that's their holiday, like these bundles and bullshit, like they're just a mess. And I think they included Forza Horizon and then Forza Horizon 4. And the thing is with Forza Horizon is that they added a mode. Basically, it's basically a point aggregated boom. So if you race with 4-on-4, say, if you're not in first, you still could win because if your team is high, and it's not an inventive mode. I've seen it before in racing games. But you basically, if your team has higher points, then you win. So you don't have to be in first to win all the time. Like if your team is better than the other team, then you'll win, right? That just screams accessibility right there. Like it's like, oh, that would be a great mode to get people who typically don't play races to play our game. And then they introduced Infected, which they had Infected in the other Horizons. But it's just so weird playing like these arcade modes with a game that's supposed to be kind of semi-simulator. It's just so weird. Like it's not. It doesn't have as much fun. Like you're not doing big jumps, and because it's not really arcadey physics. It's semi-pro, like physics. So it's kind of weird playing these kind of arcade games like Flag and Infected. Like, it's kind of, and there's no like big damage to the cars. It's not like doors coming off or wheels like a destruction derby where you're smashing into cars and stuff. But it's just kind of like, oh yeah, well I grazed you. Oh, you got some scrapes on you. Aha, like it just doesn't fit with Forza. Like it's just kind of weird. Like it was never a mode that I really loved playing. It was cool that I had it, but it wasn't something I was like, oh, I gotta play Infected, Forza Horizon. And also, too, I saw people saying how it looked downgrade. I got to look at the video again in a large screen. I looked at it. It looked all right. It didn't look great. I'm just wondering, and it could have been the stream, but I'm just wondering if basically, because they're focusing on an all online kind of area, yeah, you can play with drive avatars and stuff like that, but it's really more of an MMO style like game now. Like Destiny is. I'm wondering if, in order to keep the frame rates and the online latency better, then maybe the game is not as like eye catching as like Forza Horizon 3 might have been, where it had an online mode. And I don't know. You know how they downgrade sometimes for multiplayer, but I don't think Forza Horizon 3 did much of that. But I don't know. I don't think they had a huge downgrade, but we'll see. I got to see it. I just hope that with this online focus, they didn't try to downgrade the footage to make it kind of like, oh well, this is so it's like it stays the zero latency and there's better control because it's totally focused online, that they had to kind of not make it a picturesque game as it was, like downgrade a couple of the things. So I got to look at it though. But yeah, I agree. I definitely agree that if it is downgraded, that might be part of it, because it might be that due to maybe the online nature focus of it, the accessibility and the online stuff, that maybe they downgraded it. But it really, it really just, their messaging, the Gamescom, I still don't know what's under the curtain. If it's more hardware under the curtain, I swear, like they gotta stop with the hardware. They have hardware out there. They're a software company. The fuck are they making all this hardware for? They got too much hardware out there. It's too confusing. Stores can only carry so many special colored controllers. You go look at Best Buy, they got 4 colored controllers. How many? What do you want them to do? Have the fucking wall that you got at Gamescom at Best Buy? Store shelves are very valuable spaces. They're not going to put 7 different colored controls on there. So stop fucking making them. Like, stop it. That's why they make them exclusive to certain vendors and stuff like that, because they probably can't sell them all at one place. But it's getting out of control. I lost count of how many controls. And the fact that they keep introducing them, just send out a fucking, like stop having segments about them. The PUBG controller, they added fucking that stupid fucking rubber bullshit to the actual triggers. And the rubber to the like, I'm like, oh my god, why don't you put a fucking share button on it? Like this Switch has and the PlayStation. Like, why don't you put a little button that takes screenshots and double tap for video? If you want to add shit to the controller, add a fucking button. It's possible. It's not going to hurt anything. You can put a little button somewhere on the Xbox controller to do it, because the way you capture screenshots, it takes you out of the game. You got to bring up the side menu to take a screenshot. And you don't even know what the hell you're taking a screenshot of, because the side menu's there. Nonetheless, if it either, some games, it goes to the pause menu. Some games, it actually keeps running and you die. The screenshot sharing is fucking bullshit on Xbox. It sucks. You have to bring up a side menu to take a screenshot. Meanwhile, in the PlayStation, you'll be playing the game. You just hit the button, it takes a shot. It doesn't take you out of the game. It doesn't pause your game. It doesn't make you get killed. Like, yo, I want to capture that video. I just killed 5 guys. You on the Xbox, you hit the button, and then you got to get the side screen up. You got to hit Y to record that, because they killed Connect. And basically, you lose your kill streak because you're too busy fucking in the menus. Meanwhile, on the PlayStation, you double tap the button. That is a huge need on Xbox. You spent all that investment in marketing and telling me that's a 4K capture device. 4K this, 4K that. Meanwhile, your sharing features suck nuts. And you're a software company. You want to know a little trick? If you got the fucking gamepad, that chat pad thing, and you plug it into one of those controllers, there's an X1 button and an X2. You can make those your share buttons, but they're only on that chat pad. But you can't put one on a controller. Yeah, you can't. Instead, you put rubber. Put rubber. Let's put more rubber on the controller. Yeah, you need more rubber on the PUBG controller because they're constantly fucking you with it. Because that's what PUBG is. It's a fuck job. Put the rubbers on. And State of K2, I saw Mark. They showed you the State of K2. They threw some bullshit, some horde mode. I don't even know if it's paid DLC or not. I don't know. There's too many talking heads on that game, that thing. There's too many. There's too much talking. I don't even know. It is a fuck job. It is. To put the rubbers on the PUBG control because we've been fucking you all year. But yeah, like it's like this. They talk too much on that show. It's too much talking. And it's just so like kind of anticlimactic. And it's just hilarious. Like as you're reading this thing, you see people before they're gonna announce this and access and a controller, Elite Controller 2 and all this other stuff. And they did nothing. And nobody even said Crackdown 3. And nobody even said it. And it wasn't. But now, there's another show. Oh, they're going to have another show. Uh-huh. Yeah, they'll have another show. And you'll hype up and go, oh, that's where they're going to show the Elite Controller. That's where they're going to show Crackdown 3. Another show. Uh-huh. And then when that show happens, oops, next year, next E3. Just like it was all wait to E3. Wait to E3 for what? They came on stage. Yeah, exactly. Fable, right? Fable. If they go, I think Fable, they maybe show a trailer at the VGA. Like they'll show like the word Fable. I think that's what they're going to do. Because if they go this entire year without announcing Fable, oh my God. Like that game was like rumored in January. Ashen Below, nothing. Below, yeah. He brings back Below, Dead from the Grave. Like they announced that game in 2015. And then he's like, E3 goes, yeah, Below. Below. Doesn't even do it. They never confirmed Fable. They never confirmed it. If they got to go to VGAs, if they don't show a trailer at the VGAs, they are just like, if they wait to E3 next year and show Fable, like they got, oh my God. It's just not ready. It's just a waiting game. And, basically this is what happens when a company, they're doing fine. Xbox is a side project for them. It's what it is. The console's a side project. The cloud, the mobile strategy, that's where it is. The console has turned into another Windows 10 device. As much of a fuck that Xbox gives about the HP X360 computer, that's how much they give about your console. How much they give a fuck about the Lenovo Yoga, that's how much they give a fuck about the Xbox console. As much as a fuck as they give about the Asus laptops, that's how much they give about the Xbox console. Because that's what it is. It is just another device under your TV. They're not making games for it. They're not making exclusive content for it. It is a port device for multi-plat games, and they'll brute force it to make it look better on the X. Who the hell knows what you're getting on the S? Just, the best place to play and the worst place to play under the same roof. It's amazing Microsoft's feat there. They got the best place to play and the worst. And the S is too expensive at $300 for what it gives you. I don't give a fuck about the UHD Blu-ray player. They try to use that as leverage to keep that thing at $300 when you could buy a UHD for like $150 right now if you really give a shit about $35 fucking movies. and they got overpriced Xbox One X at $500. And you know what about the Marco? You asked about the studios, right? The 5 studios, and I said this before, the 5 studios, the one that's interesting is the one they built in Santa Monica. All right? That's the one that they got in Santa Monica. That's going to be a big studio. We'll see what that one makes. Playground Games and State of Decay and Undead Labs, they were already making games for Xbox. So you see what comes out of them. All right? You get Forza Horizon and you get State of Decay 2. Yay. All right? And I'm thinking this year, Forza Horizon 4 is going to be nice. I don't think it's going to be the surprise hit that Forza Horizon 3 was. I think Forza Horizon 3 was a surprise hit. I think 4 is just going to be more of the same. I don't think it's going to have the impact that 3 had. I think it's going to be great that's in Game Pass, but I just don't think from a financial standpoint, I don't think Forza Horizon 4 is going to be, because it's not too much different than 3. They need to go like crazy with somewhere different. Like I think 3 was a surprise hit and carried. I don't think 4 will. I think 4 was going to do well, but I don't think it's going to do as well as 3. But that's what Playground Games does. And then the other ones is Compulsive Games, which, We Happy Few. Say what you want. Blame the publisher. I don't know why you'll blame Gearbox, but that's a studio that knows how to tell a story but doesn't know how to do good gameplay. Which that's a problem, and that's a problem that I've been saying. Like State of Decay, Sea of Thieves, We Happy Few. There's inherent errors in those games that make those games poorly reviewed. They're not being poorly reviewed for, not having a big budget or not having. They're being poorly reviewed because of broken game mechanics, which is not very telling of either the person who telling them to make the games or the actual the abilities of the developers themselves. That's where it's so crazy. Like these games were dinged because of developmental issues and gameplay issues. It's not that like, that game plays amazing. If they had more money, it would have been better. No, it's like, this game, it just doesn't play well. It's broken. It's glitchy as hell. It doesn't have any content in it. Oh, this has a good story, but the mechanics suck. Those are problems with development studios. Those are inherent issues that Microsoft needs to weed out the weakness, weed out the people, and try to fix it. But throwing money at somebody who's failing is not going to help. Like you gotta find out what the problem is. And that's where I'm like, Microsoft doesn't know how to make games. Because they're letting these games come out the way, like those games come out the way they are. And then they have like State of Decay, the Sea of Thieves guys making content, breaking old content. It's kind of like, it's not a smooth kind of service game. It's broken. Why the Kraken's not there? It's like, okay. And a joke what that thing was. That marketing for the Kraken, and then it's the 5 fucking tentacles sticking out of the water. Like, again, overhype and underdeliver. And that's basically this. I know I've been on tons of tangents, but like that was Gamescom. Again, they hype it again inside Xbox. Stay here, 10:30, be there. Major Nelson tweeting pictures of hidden stuff, and then rumors come out of people talking out their ass, and it amounts to nothing. Now I know the only thing that I learned from that thing is, how much money and how much time it looked like it took to build that fucking Halo Dave and Buster's game. So it grinds my gears even more because it's like, oh shit, I thought that was a side project. Damn, that looked like it took a lot of fucking time to make. And then you get that on the eve of a console exclusive game like Spider-Man. Like you cannot mismatch both of these consoles. And on top of that, Nintendo announces, like, I think they announced Luigi's Mansion, 3DS or something like that. Luigi's Mansion come back. Like, them too. Like everybody just seems to be announcing games. And Microsoft just announces more controllers and just more bullshit. And that's where the frustration is. It's like, you're showing third-party games, multi-plat games. You got some game preview launch games because they're broken. Here's some previews. And here's some content for games that got shit scores that we released earlier this year. And here's a talk about the Xbox Game Pass app. And here's a 20-minute documentary on PUBG. And here's a 15-minute documentary on how we built Halo Dave and Buster's games. Oh, and here's me sitting in a Forza car. And here's a bunch of console bundles with stickers on them. But it's the same fucking Xbox and the console. And that's it. That was Gamescom. That's my takeaway from inside Xbox at Gamescom. Now, whether they have some stuff tomorrow, I don't know. I hope not. I can't even. They pretty stacked this one. They're too long. Oh yeah, they're gonna get me to. That's a rant for another day. The whole like, oh yeah, we're hiring these people, and this guy worked. This guy wiped the ass of the game developer who worked on God of War. This guy was the bathroom attendant that gave him his fucking cologne when he took a shit. He worked at Naughty Dog. Yeah. Oh, yo, they just hired the person who made coffee for the people over at Naughty Dog. Holy shit. Makes a good cup of coffee. Now it's going to be wait to this undisclosed kind of area or wait to Jeff Keighley's pickle show. And after Jeff Keighley, fixes himself up after rubbing himself all over Kojima, maybe he'll talk about some games or something like that. But Death Stranding is going to be there. Like, that's where it is. Now, I think the next shows is going to be the PlayStation one. It's going to be over at Paris Games Week. I think that's the next one. Yeah, they hired the janitor. They hired the security guard. And the guy he worked at Santa Monica Studios. Yeah, he was the guy at the security desk. Hey, now he's working over at the brand new AAA studio at Microsoft. Yep, that's about it. But yeah, I'm gonna head out here, guys. I know I kind of went on tangents. I really didn't do like a recap. I suggest if you want to watch it, get ahead. Don't expect anything. It is cringeworthy. There are a lot of cringeworthy moments, a lot of memes that could be generated for it. Tokyo Game Show, not gonna show shit. They sell 5 consoles a month there. The Tokyo Game Show. They'll probably they'll have more consoles that's sold in that whole fucking country in their demo station at Tokyo Game Show. They'll have like 10 consoles lined up at Tokyo Game Show. They're like, oh, that's more than the whole country has. Yeah, Tokyo Game Show. Nah, they don't do anything at Tokyo Game Show. They might have an inside Xbox, and maybe they'll have one on Crackdown, but man, I don't know. It's just disappointing. We'll see. Maybe I'll do one tomorrow if they have some more bullshit come on. But yeah, I want to thank everybody coming out. I didn't even know. If you like the video, share it. Wow. 23 viewers. That was a now, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the support you come out. Just trying to have fun. Just ranting, that's what it is. But again, it's gaming, serious. It's just, they're bait and switch, they're Trojan horse stuff. I just wish that we had just like a legitimate, there was legitimate competition between them. I want to see them acknowledging that they need that there's competition. They can't keep selling us controllers, man. They can't keep, they gotta be they had to be partnering with making deals and getting timed exclusives and doing something. You cannot end this generation on multiplats. You can't. You got it, because nobody's gonna buy you next generation, and they're gonna be in a real big situation next generation. If they think they're gonna release an Xbox 2 and people are gonna be lined up, you're gonna have people, but that line's gonna get shorter and shorter because you're not giving incentive. Maybe if you drop a Halo and that Halo looks damn well, that'll get me. And, we'll see what this all access thing is. If it is something where it's like $15 a month and it's live and Game Pass, maybe that's not bad. But they, like I said before, they shit on live. Like, they made live basically invaluable because it's not valuable because it's free everywhere else. And it's really, you're paying with the games of gold, which only until this month were good. But, yeah, exactly, Mark. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Because I was a 360 owner, day one Xbox One owner, but 2 of them. I like the whole connecting, the voice thing. I knew they were gonna fix the broken stuff. I thought they were gonna do it, but PlayStation 3 doubled down, made games worth the damn. And like I said, You got Spider-Man now. People are going to go crazy when Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 5 gets announced. You got the Horizon. People are going to go crazy when the next Horizon's announced. You got God of War 2 on the PlayStation 5. Come on. Like, and then when you're going to look at Xbox and go, Sea of Thieves? Anybody? All right, we have a Xbox now that's more powerful, that has the Kraken, the Shark, the pirate ship, and the volcano all in one. State of Decay 3? Can't wait to see what a 68 Metacritic game. I can't wait for the sequel. On a game that had bugs, that the first game had bugs, and they said the bugs are not going to be fixed in the second. It'll be better, bigger budget on the second game, and then they come out and go, well, we're just an indie studio. That's why. And what's your excuse now with 3? Yeah, Record 2? You lining up for Record 2? The only games that people want is Sunset 2, that game was probably the most polished out of all the games that they had. And guess what? Insomniac is not coming back to make Sunset 2. They're on the Spider-Man train. Spider-Man's going to take them all to the grave. They're riding that Spider-Man train. You saw that fucking train? They're going to ride that train all the way. And who even knows? Maybe they'll make another one. Another superhero. I don't know. I could get, like, I was just thinking on the last show, like, maybe they do Spider-Man and the next game maybe is a Venom game. They're seal and deal. Like, Insomniac, there they go. And they're gonna ride that superhero train. Like, they make Spider-Man, it's a big success. They might make Spider-Man 2, or they'll do a Venom game for the Venom movie. Like, yo, people are gonna want that stuff. You got desirable exclusive content. Well, yeah, maybe they'll make it multiplat then. But Sunset Overdrive 2, Rise 2, shit. That should be our lineup, like, now. Because the 2s fixed the problems of the first one. But Microsoft has abandoned all that stuff. They just bought new studios to make new mediocre games. Who knows? It's just very unfortunate because they got a different vision. The games don't sell the system anymore. It's not the games, it's the services and the devices. Basically, Microsoft has turned into like a Fire TV, like a Fire Stick. Like the strategy that Amazon and Google have with Chromecast and Fire, that's basically what Microsoft has turned into. They turned the Xbox into just a device that hosts services. And it just happens to play games because, it was a gaming machine. But it still could do it. I'm not saying it's not a console for games, but Microsoft's vision, Satya's vision, and that spills into Phil, that vision is that they want Xbox Game Pass on Apple, on mobile. There it is. You got it. It's today. It's the start of the end. That's Skynet right here. Skynet starts today. Judgment Day. Xbox Game Pass app. There it is on every device. Engagement numbers shoot up. And it's just a matter of time before you stream it on your phone. And you know what? That's great. But my problem is that you got to have content. You got to have your Stranger Things. You got to have your Power. You got to have your Game of Thrones. You got to have your Spider-Mans. You got to have your God of Wars. You got to have your Zeldas. You got to have your Marios. You got to have your Donkey Kongs. Got to have your Smash Brothers. Got to have your Halo. You got to have that stuff because we're going to be flooded with services in the next 5 years. We already are. You got Hulu's and Netflix and Amazon Primes, and guess what they all learned? You got to have new exclusive content to get people to subscribe. And if Microsoft's sitting there with some mediocre games, and they're games that you could play on and other games that you could play on other devices, your subscription is not going to be that great. And that's what they need to learn. That's why they need to be investing in games and not controllers right now. They got to be coming out with new IP now. They're not. There's nothing, man. It's all recycled old shit. And you notice I didn't say Gears of War because Gears of War already basically just put they already went kind of multi-plat. I said, hey, all the games that stayed exclusive to the console. If that's where you're going to keep your subscriptions. But if you're going to have your because I don't know about their subscriptions on PC because they don't have a subscription model there. But yeah, Gears of War needs a reboot. Like Gears of War, I don't know what this Gears of War 5, like I said before, like Kate's story, man. It's Kate's story. So there better be Marcus Phoenix in it. It better not be in just that little video and then he's gone. Like it has to feel like the next Gears of War. It can't feel like an expansion, especially with coming around with Gears, call it a Gears 5. Like I'm fearful that game's gonna feel like an expansion, like something that we should have got this year or last year. Basically, it's like a spin-off of what Gears 4 is. It does, yeah. Gears 4.5 or a spin-off of 4. Like it really does. Like I'm hoping that because he did say that Kate's the main protagonist, and it's like, okay, well, thanks for that one, but you know, should this be an expansion to 4 or are you really going to make it 5? And then we learn a lesson from Halo 5 not to include side characters and not have us play the main characters of the franchise. We learned that with Agent Locke. People didn't want that. You came out and apologized and said, no. Major Nelson will be in the not Major Nelson. Master Chief will be in the next one. Major Nelson. But Gears 5 comes out. It's like, oh, you're going to play as Kate. It's like, oh, whoa, what about Marcus and his son? There's going to be a cutscene? We will see. I hope they don't. I hope that's just like part of the game and it's like you play everybody. But, you know, we'll see. Shit, we didn't even know about Gears of War and nothing in Gears of War news either at Gamescom. Nothing. Same shit. Same recycled bullshit. Like I don't want to talk about CFDs and State of K anymore. I don't want to. I feel like that's all I talk about. But that's all that they're fucking offering. PUBG and those 2 games. And Forza. Oh my God. I feel like we have not. E3 has come and went. We are in October. We are in August. And we're still talking about the same fucking games that we were talking about the end of since PUBG came out. Like it's been these games. And Crackdown was in it, but then Crackdown got booted out. But it's just how long can you talk about the same games? And Microsoft, how long can you keep making shows about the same games? E3 came and went, and we're not talking about hype for new games. Crackdown 3 comes out February 22nd. It wasn't at E3, and it wasn't at Gamescom. Where is it going to be? Are you going to have a bus drive around the United States to get hands-on time with Crackdown? Or are you just going to low-key launch it in Game Pass and say, $10, see if you like it, shit against the wall. You know, that's our strategy. Completely fucking up that franchise. Because nobody's going to want a Crackdown 4 if that's what your Crackdown 3 is going to be. And I just don't think they realize that. Like, you got to make games to build franchises. Like, you cannot just give us mediocrity and think people can't wait for the next game. But, you know, we'll see. Yeah, 100 billion chickens. You got to catch those chickens. But it's just, and I know, see if these people might like it. And I knew it. I knew that people are gonna play it all the time and love it because, you know, everything gets a cult following. Everything gets a game. Yeah, I am done. Like I'm done. Like be honest with you, like I use my computer to for Game Pass if I want to play a game online or chat with the guys online. But to be honest with you, a lot of the people that I play on Xbox, they're on PC. They're on PlayStation. I see more people jump on PlayStation than you know, and I look at my Xbox friends list and I go, hey, is anything going on over there? They're Hulu, Call of Duty World War II, maybe. Netflix, Dashboard. It's all nobody's really doing anything over there. Then I'm like, yo, man, let me jump on Xbox. I'm missing out on the big party because there's no game that's bringing the community together. Microsoft's not giving me that Halo 3 experience or what Halo did. They're not, or even what Titanfall 1 did. Like, yo, that's all my friends are playing that. I gotta go play there. My Xbox Live expired in February, and I'm still communicating with everybody now because I'm using it for free. I don't have to pay for it. And I take that $60 and I'll go buy another game for it. Like, it's just, there's no desire for it. And I left it because I was like, all the old games that I had, I'm not playing them. I don't want to play old games anymore. And I refuse to buy the X because I am not like Master Chief Collection. I'm telling you, wonderful 4K. I will not buy a $500 console to go boot up Halo 2 again and play it for the fourth time because it's running in a higher resolution. It's neat. You will do it. Maybe play for an hour, maybe half hour. But you're done. It's Halo 2 gameplay. It's Halo 3 gameplay. Like, they're great games. Just go look at your nostalgia. Like, you're going to go play Super Mario Bros. 3 again. Everybody that bought NES Classics and Super NESs, I got the Super NES Classic. You jump through the games, you play them. Are you sitting there captivated going, I'm going to play this game for the next 3 days? Like, I'm going to beat Super Mario Brothers 3 again? Maybe you are, but I can't imagine that's the majority because you played that game already. You beat that game. Now, those games are older. Now think about games that you played in the last 6 years, and now you want to play them again. Those games were back in the 80s and 90s, early 90s. Okay, now you're talking. That's old. But who is going to sit here and say, I'm going to play Halo 1 again? Oh, my God, in 4K. It's like, yeah, take a couple of screenshots, troll people on Twitter, and then turn it off and go fucking play PUBG. Like, I've done this already. I did this on PC. I rebought some old games. I'm like, oh, man, let me see. I'll run this at 4K. I'll run at 60 frames nonetheless on PC. And I have this huge collection because they were cheap, and I bought them. But when you're sitting there playing them, you're like, they're not captivating you. It's not enough to say, oh, man, I'm so happy to have my X. Like, this is worthwhile. You're going to play them for 15 minutes, go, wow, that looks amazing. And then you're going to turn it off, man. 1950s gangster. That's right. That's who I am. The gangsters. But, it's not, you're not going to do that. And a shout out to 27 people. Holy shit, this thing's going up. Thank you so much. Share the video. Thank you. I'm like, I love having a big audience. I love talking to you guys on there because, that's why I stay on this thing so long. I want to go. And then it's like, you guys chat me and I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? Let's talk shit. I like talking, but it's good. Val's Move says that, Val's Move says, Hulu and Netflix, most used apps on Xbox. Yeah, they are. I can't lie. You go on and you see people watching TVs, and you know what? I'm going to tell you one of the other things for Xbox, and this goes off of Gamescom and all that other stuff. But the biggest, I thought it was genius, but it turned out to be kind of shitty. I'm going to tell you something. This is a little story we're going to have here before I close off. Fucking chairs going a little crazy here. So I'm going to tell you right now. Thanks, Eric Smith. How you doing, man? So I'm going to tell you a little story. Kiwami 2, Joseph Baby Kiwami 2, I got to finish up 6 before I get Kiwami 2. I know it's using the same engine, though. But, man, Yakuza, I heard about it. When I got PlayStation, I got Yakuza. Shit, man, that is some crazy shit. It is awesome. But let me go on. I'm going to say this story, right? So, that's all right. My cousin Vinny. The two Utes. So what I thought with the Xbox, and this is one of the things that I had, the pass-through HDMI and the fact that it was the TV thing, right? I thought it was great because that means your friends are online, so you could always invite them to a game. And I thought early in the generation, I was like, oh, that's cool because then my friend's Xbox is always on and I could do it. Well, it actually turned out to be a kind of a curse because it looks like people are online, but they're not playing games. It's like either their kids are watching TV, like I'm sending invites to play Halo or Gears, and it's like, yo, why the hell not responding? And then I find out my friend, he's like, oh yeah, my kids are watching TV. It's like, so I'm like, that sucks. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of shitty. And I realized that the Xbox, because it has that HDMI pass through, because it has that, it's on, but people are not necessarily playing games on it. And it was always kind of weird when you go look and you'd be like, wow, all my friends are online. And then you look and it's like TV, Hulu, like, I'm like, or they're at the home screen. And it's like, you know, oh, and you send them invites and say, hey, I'm watching a movie with my wife, or hey, yo, we're sitting here just watching TV. And it's just like, oh, okay. Like, I thought it was going to be cool because everybody be on, like, you have that contact. Now you get the phones and stuff. But it was just weird because it kind of backfired on, thinking that, oh, everybody be online. And they are online, but they're not playing games. And where you have the closed environment of like a PlayStation or a Switch, like when the people online, yeah, they might watch Netflix and Hulu, but they don't have like the TV running. And, yeah, there's PlayStation TV and that's an app and stuff like that. But typically they're playing games. Like you're online, they're playing games. And I can't believe how, and you know what, Mark? I do miss the Snap. I like the Snap a lot. And the fact that they another fucking lie. Oh, connected that. Another thing, Snap, we're taking it away. We're going to reimagine it and bring it back. Ybarra lying out his asshole. Oh, it's going to come back as picture in picture. Never came back. It actually gave the shit worthwhile something because it actually basically made it multifunctional. You could watch a game and they integrate into games too, which is pretty cool. Like you could have your achievements snap, like you snapped and you could have it there, or you could have like a movie playing and you could play a game like on commercials. You could jump into your game. It was really cool. They took it away. Even with the most powerful console in the world, you couldn't bring it back with the overlay and all that other stuff. Nah. And they took it away. Another thing that they took away with the Kinect and all that shit, they took it all away. And it's just like, it's unfortunate because it was something that was really cool. And I thought like, that they could utilize it. And I had all this like hope for it. I was like, oh, they're going to do some cool things with it, and they never did. And they killed it. It was the best, like for hockey and stuff. Like I had the NHL app. I'll be watching the hockey games and just playing hockey and watching hockey. Like it was so cool. What is that? It says reason why Atlas won't release a game on Microsoft because the first game, Shigami Tensei, flopped. Oh, well, that's another thing too. I think a lot of these. Well, that's another thing. Well, Microsoft needs mind share, and they need to do like, and you guys just shoot me any questions and stuff like that. I'm kind of near the end of like my rants, but yeah, like, basically, yeah, with the with that stuff, like it really is the audience, and they don't have that market penetration globally either. That, like I said, they need to entice people to buy consoles. They got to show that their console's worth a damn. And it's not to win some sales war. It's actually to get developer mind share. Like they need developers like Atlas, like, Sega, even Sega with Yakuza and stuff like that, to say, hey, the Xbox is equivalent to the PlayStation. There is such a dichotomy of sales right now, and they're getting killed in Japan and Europe that it's not even worth it to put it day and date on an Xbox. It's not. And that's why they're losing out on a lot of games. Hell, Fire Pro Wrestling, I can't wait. Fire Pro Wrestling, that's a PlayStation exclusive. It's on PC. It's a PC PlayStation exclusive, but it's not on Xbox and not on the Switch. But like, like they're missing out on games. And it's not just these big games. It's not like the Hellblade that they finally got or Yakuza. It's a lot of these little games, these other games that they don't get. And they need the mind share across the globe. And that's why when I say you got to make a console that's going to fly off shelves, you need a custom console. You need this stuff. You need those things because you got to sell the console. You can't just go, I don't give a fuck where you play. And then expect the devs to be like, oh, Microsoft's not gaining any console sales. Like it's not gaining any heat. I'm just going to develop for this one console. Even Dragon, I think they said Dragon Quest 9, like they're not getting that either. And it's just like, this is, yeah, exactly. It's like a second class. Like it's not a priority for developers. So like, look at all the development for the Switch. If the Switch wasn't, look at the Wii U. Perfect example. Look how the Wii U grew and look at the Switch grew. Who was developing for the Wii U? That thing was stated like a failed console. It was basically nobody wanted to take a piece of it. Just look at the Wii, the Wii U, and the Switch. Look how developers jumped onto that because it was selling. Just look at that. Like the Wii, you got all ports and all crazy shit. Maybe it worked. It was crap, whatever it was, the ports. But people stopped putting games on the Wii. The Wii U, nobody put games on it. And now the Switch, look at all the devs. They're putting fucking Saints Row now on the Switch. They wouldn't be doing that if it wasn't selling up to 20 million. And that's my point. Nintendo, and to entice that developers are basically giving Smash Brothers, making people want to buy the console so that it sells, so that developers look at the console and go, wow, there's a big market for that one. I'm going to put my game over there. Meanwhile, Xbox is like, here's more and more hardware. We're not giving games to make our hardware appealing. Actually, we don't give a shit where you play your games. And then you wonder why they don't get a lot of these games that go exclusive to other platforms. PlayStation goes, Spider-Man, he only here. You're going to go buy a PlayStation to play Spider-Man. Keep increasing your install base, because then when a dev comes to you and goes, all right, I want to make my game, or I'm going to bring my game over from Japan, I want to bring it over, they're going to look like 80 million, 35. Fuck, they could wait. Xbox could wait. We're going to put it on PlayStation. It's all business. That's why I cringe when Phil's like, I don't care where you play, kumbaya everywhere. It's like, that's the mindset of a loser, because you're never going to win. If that's how you feel, then turn to a third-party publisher. Turn into the app. Go to the app store and just don't even waste time. Don't even try to sell a piece of hardware, because you're a two-faced fucking liar. Because you're telling me, oh, go buy my $500 investment, and then you're like, well, I don't give a shit if you buy it or not. Just like EA goes, if you don't like it, don't buy it. That's basically what Phil's saying to you. Oh, well, you don't like it $500, then don't buy it. Go play on PC. Go play on a mobile app. And look where that gets you. It gets you with a failed product, because people are going to legitimately take your words. If you're not, if you were a door-to-door salesman and you walk up to a door and you knock on the door and go, here's my product and stuff like this, and you go like, I don't care if you buy it or not. You think you're going to sell that product? The person's going to shut the door in your face. I sold stuff. I worked in cameras and computers, and I was sold on commission. And if I did not have pride, and it was crazy, is I used to, when I bought something, I would sell the shit out of it, because I believed in it. And if I liked it, there was $700 cameras. Now, back when cameras were like 300, 400, like megapixels and stuff, I sold my camera. It was the Fuji S. I forgot what it was. It was a $700 camera, and the thing of Kodak was 200 and 300. And I would take photos and bring them in, and I had pride in it, and I sold it. And I was like, if you want great pictures, you're doing wedding, you want this camera. I wasn't like, buy any camera. I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna stay over here and play on play on the thing. I would have made money. I would have made no commissions. And the other thing is that if they didn't like it, or if you lied, they would return it and you would lose commissions. So if you're a Phil Spencer of $1 billion company and you're trying to sell a product, you better have pride and support, and don't go on no fucking MSNBC and go, I don't give a shit where you buy your games. It's about the game. I don't care. Kumbaya. Well, guess what happens? Fourth place, third place MPD. The X is going to save you. X is going to give it to you. X is pulling up the rear. Who even knows what the X is selling? Slap a PUBG sticker on it, still not going anywhere. And MPDs, I don't know if they come out later on tonight, or I don't know when the fuck they come out, but it's telling, because they haven't won an MPD since that console launched. They didn't even come close. And they're just going to fade out and turn into the app that they always wanted to be. And they're going to keep selling hardware to you. And if you keep buying it, you keep buying it. It does. And yeah, Jared Lamont says the same thing. Like, yeah, The Switch gives you something different. That's why the Switch is a complement to the other consoles, because they could put any game on there, and it's like, yo, like, who's gonna buy Saints Row? You can play Saints Row on the toilet. You can play Saints Row on the plane. That's pretty compelling, you know. And yeah, it might not look that great or whatever it is, but it's gonna be playable like a console game on the go. The flexibility of that thing changes the game. Just like they could put any game on there. It's like Doom and stuff like that. Like Wolfenstein. Like you're playing on the go. You know, you're not tied to a TV. It's a different thing. Yeah, as a mock, is the MPDs come out tonight? I did see that on Reddit, Resetera, which is, I think it's 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. Switch number 1, PlayStation number 2, Xbox 3. And then this month they had the fucking 5 million console, which it wasn't a lot. But yeah, and that was, and you know, that was, what is that, July? What are we in? That was July. So I just, yeah, let me see. Well, before I head off here, let me just do a quick thing, because I think they come out at 6 o'clock. But we know what it is. Like, there's no way Xbox is coming in first. And if it does, that's great for them, but they're not really doing anything to warrant that. And those console bundles that they showed today are like, ugh. Like I said, the games that they got bundled with them are kind of like, just like PUBG is like that. It's like, oh, man. Oh, my God, Master Chief and Game Pass. They gave that game away 2 years after they came out. They were bundling it with Halo 5 and Master Chief Collection. And it still was broken, but they were bundling it. That's how old Master Chief Collection has been around. So it's just like, let me just take a look. Nah, I don't see it. Nah. Yabar. Everybody's hyping on Yabar. They'll hype Master Chief Collection and Game Pass. Oh, my God. I love how they spend time in the Gamescom telling what Master Chief Collection is. Like, it's Halo 1. It's Halo 2. It's Halo 3. It's Halo 4. It's ODS. It's like, game's been out for fucking 4 years. It's nothing new. But, yeah, anyway. Yeah, it's just rumors at the moment, but we'll see. You know, rumors. That's what that game, all that shit was. But I want to shout out to everybody that came out today. Thank you so much. I'm going to go eat some dinner, see what's going on. But yeah, thank you. Share the video. You know, thank you so much for coming out and doing the chat. A big chat. I love the engagement. Thank you again. We'll see if they grind my gears tomorrow, but you know, that Gamescom thing, man. And go listen to Kid Smooth's thing, because it's pretty funny. It was a big joke fest. Like, it was freaking hilarious. I know, man. Well, as if I can smooth it Phil over in Japan. But that's funny. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody. I'll talk to you guys later. This is Jez7780. Go follow me over on Twitter and follow my channel. And again, this has been another What Grinds My Gears. And this is my gears, but you know, my fellow grinders out there. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you guys soon.